Carly Lloyd. We'll please ask the photographers to take the picture first. You have a few minutes. And then we will kindly ask you to leave the room. Kindly, I said.
Bye, Brad. All right. Brad, I can wink at Brad. He's my guy. All right.
Okay. I guess we could start. So first question, Coach, how did you prepare for this World Cup?
Well, it's been a good process. We've traveled around, taken the team around the world. I've had a lot of opportunities to look at a lot of different players domestically, and selected the team. And now the preparations are, obviously set, and we're excited to get started tomorrow.
Carly?
I think that, we've been challenged over the time that Jill has been coaching us, and we've learned things, we've gotten better. I think we're peaking at the right moments, and we're just really pumped and ready for tomorrow night.
Do we have any questions? Yes, so second row first, please.
Hi, Jill. Martin Rogers, USA Today. Jill, domestic violence is obviously a huge issue in American sports right now. There's a story out in America today that's getting about hope. Does of that prove to be any kind of a disturbance, and are you concerned by the nature of the alleged report?
No, I mean, Hope's been fantastic. That was a long time ago, I'll be honest. We've moved on, and she's been a fantastic player and teammate. So, no, none of that's even sort of resonated with us, and I'm sure many of the players aren't aware of it.
Any other questions?
Hi, Joe. Kevin Baxter, LA Times. Can you give us an update on Alex and where she is and how you expect to use her?
Yeah, Alex has been back in training fully. So, I think she's available, and, obviously we're going to look at what our needs are, but I'm excited now that she's back in 100% training. Been great, sharp.
Next question to the fourth row.
Just want to make sure, Jill, you're not going to address this solo story with Hope or with the team between now and the game, and are you concerned about how the team responds to knowing this news is out there?
No, I mean, I know our team. We have each other's backs, and no, I'll be honest, again, I think it was something that was a long time ago. We've certainly put it to bed, and, our focus is tomorrow evening.
Here, in the first row, please. Thank you.
Jill, Jeff Carlisle with ESPN. I was just wondering if by Carly's presence here today, if that means she's going to be captain tomorrow, and also means that Abby will not be in the starting lineup.
God, you're fishing, man. I love that. She's here because she drew the short straw. That's why she's here.
The younger one out of the few.
Any other questions? Fourth row. Here in the middle, please. Thank you.
The question is for Carly. There's so much pressure and there's so much expectations on this U.S. team, even more so the tournament being in Canada, being so close to home soil. Is it easy or hard to handle that, to embrace it, to run from it, whatever it may be? What's the emotions for you guys about dealing with all that? Because not every country has as much of it as you guys do.
Well, I think every tournament we have pressure, whether it's Olympics, World Cup, and we saw it last World Cup. We're seeing it again this World Cup, but we're just really ready and focused to begin the tournament. And I think that we all have each other's backs. There's 23 of us, along with the coaching staff, and there are going to be struggles out there. There are going to be times where we make mistakes, but as long as we just fight for one another out on the field and take it one game at a time, you could have all the pressure in the world, but still be focused and still be ready.
Any other questions? Here, please, in the center. Thank you.
Jill, Bob Holtzman with ESPN. You have so much talent at the forward position. How do you plan to manage playing time?
Part of it was looking at what we need and inform. Alex hasn't been available, so now I've looked at the other players. But I think we're set on who we're starting tomorrow. And I think I'll be honest, we're taking it game by game.
Here, please.
Thank you. Question for Carly. Sorry, Cheryl Downs from the women's game. If all goes to plan, what do you hope to achieve in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the match?
Well, hopefully we're leading by then. We want to come out fast. We want to come out strong, and it's not going to be easy. There's going to be some jitters. There's going to be, some things that may not go to our liking. But we have a great game plan in place, and we're really ready. And I think that these last 3 or 4 days have been really long, and we're all just pumped and ready for the game to start.
Fourth row.
This is for Carly. It's rained here this week some. Given the artificial turf, I don't know if you've been on the field here in this stadium yet, but how could that affect things if it rains tomorrow, just as far as play, as opposed to if it hadn't rained?
I would love for it to rain. I think it's great. We were practicing in Jersey at Red Bull, and it rained, and people are sliding all over the place without any turf burns. But either way, it doesn't matter. The game's the game. Whether there's sun, whether there's rain, whether there's thunderstorms, we're going to be ready no matter what, and it won't affect us.
Just behind. Oh, yes, please.
Hey, Carly, Lake and Lipman, USA Today. I know you and Hope often room together in tournaments. Have you talked to her today? Did she have any reaction? How is she feeling with the story that came out?
Yeah, we're roommates right now, and honestly, didn't discuss it with her for 1 second.
Jill, Jeff Kassouf with NBC. There's been a lot of talk about Australia's speed. Is that something that concerns you, especially on this turf pitch?
We've played them before, and they're very athletic up front, and they like to press. But yeah, I think I'm confident in the players that we've had. We've played up against teams with a lot of pace, in Brazil and France, and even New Zealand has some good pace. So, we're used to having speed, but it's certainly something we have to acknowledge and take care of.
First row, please.
Sorry. Hi, I'm Kevin Keatings. I'm the TV commentator for the host broadcaster. It's a question for Carly. How much extra motivation amongst the players has there been after the hurt of 4 years ago in the final, and how much do you still talk about it?
To be honest, we were obviously upset by the outcome, but fast forward 4 years is a long time. So we're ready to take on this new challenge and really ready to just go after it. And we can't get too fixated on the final game and what we want to accomplish. We can think about it. We've thought about it. Now it's just time to go out and take it one game at a time.
Valentino Migliaccio from News Corp Australia. Question for the coach. 7 Australians played in the US National Soccer League. Have any of your players discussed their strengths, the Australians?
No, I haven't reached out to our players to do that. I was at a lot of those games, saw the players up close and personal, and obviously watched them. And but no, I haven't really addressed Australia's players specifically with our players as far as them being teammates.
First row.
Just one for me, Jill. I know, Jill. Given that you obviously have a huge game tomorrow, but given that the report involves one of your most important players, have you read it? Have you watched the video story about it? And if not, why did you choose not to?
Well, it's standard for me not to read anything. I don't. I like to have clear focus and stay in the bubble, so to speak, and worry about the things that really impact the players and the team, and that's within here. That doesn't affect us.
How were you made aware of it then?
My press officer.
First row. Here.
Yeah, Jill, Michael Lewis from Newsday. Just a quick follow-up on Alex's injury. What sort of match fitness is she in, and would she be able to play if need be tomorrow?
I think she's able to play. I think you're absolutely right. In terms of minutes, she's been out for quite a while. She's worked very, very hard on her fitness, but it's a little bit different for the game. So we'll meter that and monitor that. But as far as having her available, yes, very much so.
Carly, Steve Goff of the Washington Post. How in this day and age with news and technology and information, how do you block out distractions, whether it's Hope's situation or the FIFA scandal in overseas? How does a team, push that aside and focus on a tournament?
Just like you get fit, you just block out distractions. For me, even in my personal life, everything's on hold. I'm going off the grid for a month, and everything can wait. My fiance can wait. My friends can wait. To me, this is the only concern and the only focus. And we're, 24 hours out from the first game. We're ready. We're focused as a team, and nothing else matters. We're ready to go into battle, and we're ready for it.
First row, please.
A lot of people remember what you did in London in 2012, Carly. What kind of feeling did you have going into that game where you were able to score those final points? And what kind of feeling do you have now going into this first game?
Believe it or not, before that game, I was more nervous than the other 4 that I played, or 5 that I played. It's funny because I was actually going into more of an attacking role that game. But great moment for me. I think that obviously I'm going into a little bit of a different situation now. Not benched as of yet. But it's all good. I want to really embrace the veteran leadership role. I'm not a leader like Abby where she's, rah-rah and cheering. I'm more of kind of leading by example, and I want to give it my all every single game I'm out there. I want to, kind of lead my team each and every game and just do everything I can possible to get us to that final championship game.
Second row, please. Thank you.
Carly, you've got a great record over Australia, or USA does. How confident are you of handling Australia, and do you expect a lot from them tomorrow?
I wouldn't say, there's an air of confidence, but at the same time, this isn't going to be an easy game. This isn't just a walk in the park. This is the first game. This is, it's going to be a lot different. We've played Australia. We know some of the players. I've played with some of the players. I'm familiar with them as well as my other teammates, but it's going to be a tough game. The first game, we're going to really kind of have to get out of the gate fast and quick, and I know we'll be fine and ready.
Here, please.
Jill, for you as the coach, what's the importance of the first game of a group stage of a tournament like this relative to the other 2, and how do you get the mentality right of your players for that?
Well, I think if you listen to Carly's answers, I think she's, she kind of epitomizes the mentality of the team right now. So, in terms of preparation, we feel like we've done what we needed to do, given them the information for ourselves. And I'm a firm believer that preparation is confidence. It helps you with the confidence. So I know the players are ready. They've been chomping at the bit to get this game underway. In terms of the importance of this game, I mean, it is the only game right now that matters. But it's, I think for me, it's having, trying to come out and have a good performance, settle the nerves a little bit, but, be able to put some things together and start to build momentum. I don't want this to be our best game, straight up. I'd like us to build and grow. But again, I'm hoping for a good start.
Any other ones? Here in the front, please. Thank you.
Jill, you've spoken before about Australia's speed, especially up top. I mean, how much is that going to impact things, especially given how Krieger and Klingenberg like to get into the attack?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we're just going to have to be aware of. I think if we can do the things that we need to do, we can neutralize that in terms of having the ball, down their end. Their wide players at some point defend. So, I think it's really focusing on our strengths. But then in terms of being aware of it and having countermeasures and such, we're prepared.
Carly, Mitch Peacock with CBC. I wanted to ask you about the presence, or at least the expected presence, of a large number of American supporters at the match, and if it's something that the team has talked about or anticipates being an influence in the game, or at least a support for you in the game.
I think it's going to be huge. I think it's great. We're seeing, women's soccer really just kind of take off. And, I know the opening match had about 53,000 people there, which is fabulous. We want to keep it going, and I know our American Outlaws will probably be in attendance, helping us along the way. Friends and family will be here supporting. It's kind of a quick and easy trip to get across the border, so it's going to be great. But obviously, at the end of the day, it's kind of what we do in between those lines, and you know, it'll be great to have that support out there, though.
Jill, you clearly don't want to announce your starting lineup, which is understandable, but just to put any speculation to rest, can you at least confirm that Hope will start tomorrow?
Well, then I'd be releasing my starting lineup. So, well, Hope's. If you look at our history and our past few games, I think you can draw your own conclusions.
Any other questions? Here, please. Thank you.
Jill, when did you start to think about Julie Johnson as somebody who was viable to play major minutes?
Actually, watching her in the Under-20 World Cup up here. No, sorry, not up here, but watching her in the Under-20 World Cup. I just liked her mentality, liked how she played. I thought she was, you know, the heart and soul of that team. So she, you know, piqued my interest then, and then obviously when I got the job, in terms of, you know, inviting her in immediately, watched her play for Chicago, thought she was, you know, one of the best rookies in the league. And then, you know, I've said this, I think the only thing, you know, that initially she was missing was experience in big games. So the plan is, you know, trying to get her minutes, but I had, you know, 3 players ahead of her basically for 2 spots. Then with injuries and such, she got her opportunity, and you know, and she took a hold of it with both hands, and she's done fantastic. And you know, she's proved herself obviously on the attacking end as well in terms of set pieces, but defensively, I think she's just grown and grown, and her confidence is great.
Any other questions?
Hi, Mats from Newspaper Express in Stockholm, Sweden. Pia Sundhage took Team USA to 3 straight finals and 2 wins. Do you feel any personal pressure when you see that role?
Well, I was with Pia for a few of those, so I was cheering her on hard. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's you know, as Carly alluded to, that there's no doubt when you take this job, you know exactly what you're getting into. I've been historically connected to U.S. soccer. I know the expectations. I know the players, and so you go in with your eyes wide open. So for me, it certainly has been something that you know, you have to embrace. Otherwise, you don't take a job like this.
Any other questions?
And we're done.
Yes.
How was that?
I don't know.
No more questions? So thank you guys, and thank you, Julius and Carly, and good luck. Good afternoon.
Thank you.